If I must fight you, I will.
Here we go! I have no idea how to play Naoto! I barely touched her!
Finally! Fight!
Okay. I'm a slinger. Okay. Go! Stay down!
I'll show you, maybe.
Ow, ow, ow! Oh my god, that was close!
What a rare, close battle! You both fought well.
Jeez! My shoulders heave as I gasp for breath. I managed to win, but Senpai was as strong as ever.
Naoto, are you okay?
Yes.
Senpai stands up and offers me his hand as I sit on the ground. Despite the fact that he was hurt worse than I was, the look in his eye shows that he is seriously worried about me. He's a completely different person than the person I saw before the battle. Yes, this is the person I know.
Thank goodness.
Huh?
I mean, are you all right too, Senpai? I'm sorry for hurting you, even though the circumstances demanded it.
Oh, everything's fine here. You're back to the usual Naoto, I see.
The usual?
What's that supposed to mean? I wonder about the use of his word unusual, but there are more important matters at hand.
Can you tell me what's going on here?
Senpai tells me about what happened at Inaba while I was gone. I'm at a loss for words. The Midnight Channel started to air again. The video that I saw was the promotional video for something called the P1 Grand Prix. Apparently it had been shown a few times before I just saw it. Wait, that video. It was shown all over town. No, now's not the time to let that sort of thing discourage me. According to you, Senpai, not only did the Midnight Channel make a comeback, but several of us, Kanji-kun, Teddy, and Rise-san, have gone missing. Senpai and the others entered the TV at Junette's to investigate
I'm
this.
shocked to see it looking completely different than before.
Indeed. But it seems, at least in part, to be an illusion.
Really?
In fact, the students gathered to watch our battle were not real.
Oh, yeah. They did seem like shadows, but different somehow. I didn't get the sense that they were hostile, though.
I thought that Rise-san and Teddy might have been illusions too, but both have gone missing. And given their persona abilities...
I cut myself off. Senpai shakes his head in
It's possible
response.
that really was them. But we should have faith. If our enemy can use illusions, they might be victims as well.
You're right. I can at least have more faith in my friends than that.
I raise my head to look at Senpai, who is watching me. Our eyes meet and I hurriedly look away.
Speaking of which, why are you here, Naoto?
That's...
There's the question. Well, it's only natural. I'm here on business, not anything personal. I cannot disclose the details of my investigation. Not only are there rules, but if I spoke up, I would end up getting him involved. I have to avoid that at all costs. As I'm deciding what to say...
No, forget I asked. I'm just happy to see you again.
Me too. Oh, I'm sorry.
What's the matter now?
I mean, well, about me being unsociable. Please understand that it's not because my work is more important than my friends.
Huh? I've never thought that about you at all. I don't think any of us have.
Senpai.
Alrighty, time to break up your little chat.
Teddy?
Now Chan wins! Very impressive beating up the almighty sensei. But now it's time for you to go on. Your next opponent's already waiting.
When his speech is over, the monitor shuts off. Next opponent, huh? I'd rather not continue this charade, but I have to push forward in order to get a hold of the situation.
We should get going.
Yu Senpai nods reassuringly. I feel a sense of relief welling within me. I can't let my guard down, knowing that Senpai is with me to help me face whatever lies ahead. I know I can't let my guard down, but knowing that Senpai is with me to help me face whatever lies ahead, I know I have nothing to fear. Or so I thought. Senpai was walking next to me when he suddenly stopped.
An invisible wall? What is this? And how come you can pass through?
Curse you, game developers! How many times have I made that joke? A wall? There's nothing there. I waved my hand through the place where Senpai said he couldn't pass through, but I don't feel anything. But Senpai doesn't look like he's faking it. The monitor turns on again. Teddy's face fills the screen.
Did I forget to tell you? Only the winner can move on to the next fight. No one's getting out of this school until a champion's been crowned. Only the one who fights to the very end and comes out on top can leave.
So neither opponent can leave the area unless they fight each other. You go on ahead, Naoto. I'll try and find a way to catch up.
Very well. Be careful, Senpai.
I will. See you later.
I'm hesitant to leave Senpai behind, but it can't be helped. I'd like to try and to destroy the wall, but there's nothing I can do if I can't touch it. With Senpai smiling at me, I decide to go on ahead. It looks like no matter how many people I fight, I'll have to progress by myself. After some time walking, I smack into something, even though there's nothing there. I didn't understand what was going on at first, but I soon come to realize something. So this is one of those invisible walls Senpai was talking about. It seems that some of them won't allow anyone to pass, no matter who wins the fights. It's completely transparent. The only way to know that it's there is to feel, well, its glass-like smoothness. I have no choice but to take a detour. But time after time, these walls kept getting in my way. I'm not choosing my path. I'm being herded. I suppose I'm following some plan laid out by whoever set this up. After I opened the door to the gym, I saw a space clear the way for that. As I expected, General Teddy appears on the monitor.
You're so slow now, Chan. Your second opponent's been waiting for you.
I've said it before, but I don't intend to fight my friends.
Alrighty, let's do this. Bring out the next opponent.
Yo, how's it hanging now, doll?
Oh my god! Oh my god! That is the most cringe country introduction.
Kanji-kun?
Well, he certainly looks like Kanji-kun. But it only looks that way.
The way you talk is so lame.
Oh my god.
Huh?
I thought I was ready to face anyone, but this isn't a matter of being in the right mind or not. In my right mind or not. Is this an illusion? Oh, please, let this be one be an illusion.
It's like way too uptight and goody-goody. Makes you sound so distant, you dig?
This is so cringe.
Is that so?
That's what I'm talking about. You could have just said, "Oh, you think so?"
You think so?
Ah, now you're getting it. Now I feel like I'm on your wavelength.
Oh my god.
Thanks. Then again, relatability aside, I feel like you were miles away from me to begin with.
Hey, you're doing it again. What's with the Miss Manners act?
I'm sorry. It's a habit of mine.
Or maybe it's that you don't care about getting close to us, huh? You don't feel like you gotta bother getting to know us and stuff?
Of course I don't think. Hell no, man.
Oh my god.
You never warm up to anyone because you set your standards so goddamn high.
Oh dear, he's shown his true self.
Is it, you know what? Are you putting on a show of not letting anyone near you because you got no confidence in yourself? Is that it?
Kanji-kun.
They may be false accusations, but some of those statements are hitting home. I can't brush off these words, and my heart
You're
aches.
so nervous. Your height? Your body? That girly voice? Let me give you a little lesson in manliness. I hope you're ready for the pain.
Good lord. This is insanity.
I didn't say any. Ugh.
Well, let's see how this goes, considering the first fight went so swimmingly. And I certainly didn't almost lose it, yep.
Final. Fight.
This'll hurt!
Not bad.
Like that.
Okay.
Stay down.
Do it. Please.
One side has a strong
Stay down.
Better be ready. That's nothing.
Stay down.
The opponent's still standing.
Nothing.
Battle's been decided. Will it all be over? Poison is
Nothing.
wearing down their
Slowpoke.
stamina.
The hell?
Initiate. Moto.
Now, after the kill,
That was not what I wanted to do.
it's over. Until next time.
Oh well, that went better. Marginally.
Kanji-kun, are you all right?
Of course I am. Your attacks are like little bug bites. I just let my guard down, that's all.
I don't know if he's acting tough or trying to be courteous to me, but at least he's back on to the usual kanji-kun. The usual kanji-kun. Usual. Wait, didn't you, Senpai, say that too? Well, at the very least, it seems that the spell null is broken once the battle ends. I let out a sigh of relief. Still, for some reason, Kanji-kun has yet to look this way.
Really okay? I was told that the others lost contact with you, so how did you come to be here?
How? Well, it was a change of pace?
Certainly didn't sleepwalk into the TV. Nope, no siree.
You came into the TV for a change of pace? Did something happen? I'm willing to listen if you'd like to talk about it.
Talk about. I mean, wait, not that I don't want to talk to you. Like, it's not that I do want to talk or that I don't want to. Anyways, it's just sometimes a man wants to go inside a TV by himself.
He's adorable, isn't he?
I'm not sure I follow.
Off my back, will you? I didn't come in here because I like it. Actually, no. That is why I came. Because I like this place.
When Kanji-kun turns around, his face is red, but with anger or something else. Something else entirely.
I just don't understand why you're being so loud about it and blushing so fiercely.
I wasn't blushing. Besides, it was all your fault. You're the one that was, well, being all, you know.
Me? What are you talking about?
You want me to come out and say it? Jeez. I thought you'd gone crazy because of that.
Me? Crazy? You were the one who was acting oddly, calling me Naoto and whatnot.
Naoto? Why would I call you that?
Even he realizes that's too cringe.
Wait a second. Acting strangely.
I saw Kanji-kun as if he gone mad, and he saw me as the same. And yet both of us claimed that we hadn't gone crazy. I get it now. That's why you senpai called me the usual Naoto.
Of course. An illusion.
Huh?
I believe we were both under the illusion that the other had lost their mind. That's why neither of us remembers saying what the other heard.
Illusions, huh?
It must be a scheme to make friends fight each other. But if that's the case...
It's not as simple as the person I have to fight being crazy. You senpai and Kanji-kun both said things that dig deep into my personal problems. If these are illusions, then whoever's creating them has to be someone who knows us.
The ability to interfere with other senses, the prior knowledge of us, putting it all together, it must be.
Must be what?
The Teddy acting as the tournament's host, as well as Rise-san, must be genuine.
You moron, there's no way it's them.
I look up at Kanji-kun in surprise.
Ted and Rise are fakes. Come on. They're not twisted like that. You law people ought to know.
He can tell by the hair! He doesn't have any proof. But his unshakable trust sets me at ease. He has proof! He can tell the difference between their hairs! Even if I told him that Rise and Teddy are both missing, I'm sure his answer wouldn't change.
Yes, then.
Well, you know, there is someone here besides us. I saw her on my way here. Some girl with long hair.
A girl. Did she happen to be wearing a white fur shawl and combat gear beneath it?
Fur? What are you talking about? She had on a normal Yasuo girl's uniform and her hair was like tied back.
A female student with tied back hair? I don't recall anyone like that.
I thought he might have run into Kirijo-san, but that doesn't appear to have been the case. Is that girl Kanji-kun talking about a suspect? I can't tell for sure.
Never mind. Well, I should be moving on.
Hold on, I'll come with... Wait, what the hell?
Ah, the invisible walls again. Just like last time, I can't touch it myself.
Rules seem to dictate that only the victor can proceed. I'll come for you later.
Don't bother. I'll figure this out myself somehow. That aside, you beat me. You better make sure you're the champion in the end.
He'll just punch down the invisible wall. Well, don't worry about it, everyone.
That's completely irrelevant to the larger objective.
I'll leave Kanji-kun behind and push on ahead. We're being shown illusions that portray our opponents as having lost their senses. But why is the host of this tournament going to such elaborate lengths? Obviously, it's to get people who know each other to fight, but is that the only goal? Still, I wonder how I had appeared to Senpai and Kanji-kun. I'm not that worried about Senpai, but thinking about Kanji-kun's reaction, how he had blushed, is burning a hole in my stomach. As I walk down the hall, I come to another likely location for a match. Just as I figured, Teddy appears on the screen.
Your next opponent is a special guest. A lady jumping in on the fun. It'll be a big emotional reunion for you now, Chan.
Could it be?
Bring out the next opponent!
Kirijo-san.
Shirogane, why are you here? I thought you were...
This is a problem. I didn't think we'd run into each other so soon.
The purpose of this event is to have the participants fight, and because there's only one path to take, I figured we would run into each other sooner or later. I never imagined that it would be this early on, though. No, there's something else I need to be concerned with. Like the previous times, the opponents will not be seeing each other correctly. With that in mind, I watch her closely, and as expected, I see a change in her. Mitsuru Kirijo-san's face twists into an expression of contempt, and her composure shatters.
Say I'm surprised to see you here would be an understatement.
I don't reply. There's no point in saying anything after all.
The silent treatment. How ridiculous that you, who lives a lie, would dig up other people's hidden secrets for a living. You seem gentle, but you maintain an aloof distance that keeps people at arm's length. I've thought that since our first meeting. At first, I thought it must be typical of a detective. But that doesn't seem to be the case. You simply lack confidence in yourself.
I have some trouble staying silent.
True nature, because you know that once you grow close to someone, you'll no longer be able to protect your pride. That's why you won't let anyone in. You use your job as a pretext to keep your distance and never get too attached. And it's from that position that you're trying to discover what others are hiding? How contradictory. Not to mention completely ridiculous and unfair.
I clench my fist in spite of myself. Kirijo-san's relentless words. Even if it's only an illusion, I began to feel that if I lose, I'll never be able to look at her in the eye again. I cannot lose here.
I'd like to answer your charges, but I see no need. There is no reason to defend myself against the accusations of an illusion.
I love how quickly Naoto is like, yeah, I'm not entertaining this crap.
Finally. Fight!
Stay down!
Not yet.
Stay down!
Looks like they're finally on a roll.
Bitter end! Stay down!
Got her in the corner! Taking every advantage! I was not expecting to get a perfect on that, I'm not gonna lie.
You're stronger than you look. It seems you're a skilled fighter. And a persona user as well, huh?
With that, Kirijo-san stands up.
Clear something up. Before our battle, I may have said or done some things that seemed disrespectful, but
I understand. We were shown illusions to goad us into fighting each other.
so you already knew. You are a credit to the Shirogane name then. In that case, well, I'm willing to forget all the things you said about my body.
Wait, what? Her body? What did the illusionary me say?
Though, if you're a persona user, that gives weight to two of my theories.
Kirijo-san looked straight at me.
Is that you were one of those who solved last year's serial murders. The few proud anonymous heroes.
I shrugged. And then I braced myself for the other shoe to drop. I know what she's about to say.
Other is that you were one of my enemies. You were an observer at the hijacking, which means a persona user was sent specifically. Yet you hid that from me. Somehow I doubt you were there just to watch over the cargo. If my suspicions aren't off base, then there's something I must say.
In all honesty, I feel like I have no defense for what is going to happen next. I begin to try and find a way to make it through this conversation without ruining whatever goodwill I may still have with her. But Kirijo-san's next words take me completely by surprise.
Shirogane, can I ask for your cooperation once again?
What?
You know more about this world than I do. And since I lost our match, I will be unable to move on from here.
Wait a moment. I thought you distrusted me.
Even if I did, is continuing to oppose each other the wisest course of action?
I have no words. Kirijo-san smiles as she watches me. Her proposal completely surprised me. My surprise must have confirmed that she was thinking about me. She knew that I'm not the type of person who would become her enemy under normal circumstances. That is why she smiled. I am no match for her. She's on a completely different level than I am. It's not a matter of social rank. She simply has the type of personality that makes people want to follow her. Kirijo-san doesn't wait for me to answer and continues.
Guest, we are here in pursuit of the stolen cargo. Upon investigation, we figured out that it contained the 5th generation anti-shadow suppression weapon, Labris. She was a machine, developed as one of a series of test models. They were intended to receive personas in order to combat shadows.
Isn't a persona the manifestation of one's strength of heart? How could a machine be capable of using a persona?
You're right to ask that. Labris has a mind of her own. We don't know what she looks like, but it's probably very close to human.
A humanoid machine. I did see something fitting that description before I came in through the TV world. So that was the weapon developed by the Kirijo group. A humanoid robot, one with a heart at that. This is the fruits of the Kirijo technology, created from the research of shadows. I cannot help but be surprised. However, if the culprits were specifically after this Labris weapon, there's a high probability that it has been removed from its case and is mobile. But I can't fathom how that would benefit the thieves. There is one thing I can deduce, though.
Around the time of the robbery, we began to see activity in this world as well. I doubt this is a coincidence. I feel sure that your Labris is connected to this ridiculous tournament.
I agree.
Before I know what I'm doing, I reach out to shake hands with Kirijo-san.
Accept your earlier proposal. And I think I'd best hurry.
Thank you. And I'm sorry. Your friends must be facing their own troubles. It's possible that they've met Labris without knowing it, too.
They'll be all right, I'm sure.
The record showed that Labris had some unknown experimental equipment. We don't know what she's capable of. Don't take her lightly.
Oh, no, that isn't what I meant. She has a heart, yes? Then fighting her isn't our only option. She can be saved. I'm sure the others will reach the same conclusion.
I see.
When I say that, I can see a smile on her face. I can tell she believes in her friends as well.
Oh, yes, I meant to ask. Have you been able to contact your friends?
I shake my head.
2 of them have analysis-capable personas, but both of them have gone missing.
Again, it is Teddy's nose that was analytical in Persona 4, not his persona.
I actually have a few powers in that area myself. Can you tell me what these friends of yours look like?
I give her as detailed description of Rise-san and Teddy as I can.
A bear costume and a girl. Are they...
Yes, they're the ones acting as hosts for this tournament, but they're not usually like this.
I see. Well, anyway, knowing that will make searching for them easier. Let me see.
Kirijo-san focuses and closes her eyes. Her powers must allow her to see an image as she searches. It may only be a few powers, but it's still quite amazing.
I'm getting a match some ways from here. It's not moving either. Aha! I found her. Can you hear me?
Who is this?
That voice!
My name is Mitsuru Kirijo. I'm with one of your friends, Shirogane.
Kirijo-san looks at me and nods. She is communicating to me so that Rise-san can hear my voice as well.
Rise-san!
Naoto-kun, is it really you?
Yes, though I could ask the same of you, Rise-san.
I'm so glad. This weird fake Teddy kidnapped me and then everyone was fighting each other and...
So Rise-san's voice on the PA system was a fake. If that's the case, there's no reason to believe that the image of Teddy on the monitors is the real thing either.
All right, please calm down. Do you know where you are right now?
It looks like an announcement room, but there are these invisible walls stopping me from leaving. Plus, the fake Teddy is watching me, so I can't use my persona.
I don't know who that fake Teddy is, but it seems that Rise-san and the real Teddy were kidnapped to deprive us of a means of communication. In other words, to keep us fooled while we were in this world. Then again, that explains nothing about whatever objective could be gained by doing this to us. How does Labrys's existence tie into this?
Thanks. Kirijo-san, right? Wait, Kirijo? I know that name. That's not important now. Are you a persona user too?
Yes, but we can discuss that later. I sense a shadow-like presence very close to your position. Are you all right?
The only thing near here is the fake Teddy. Wait, is that what you're talking about?
So it's a shadow.
I was hesitant to make a decision. Kirijo-san does not know Teddy. Of course, she wouldn't know his origins. Even if the general was the real Teddy, she would probably think of him as a shadow if she didn't know better. But if General Teddy is merely something else that's taking on his appearance, it leads to a completely different conclusion. That is, it's a shadow from a normal human who doesn't have any tolerance for this world. If that's the case, then why is the shadow mimicking Teddy? I don't have enough pieces to begin solving this puzzle yet. While I'm in the process of thinking things through, Kirijo-san speaks up.
Shirogane, you need to hurry on. I'll try to maintain communication as best I can and keep you in the loop.
All right then, I'm off. Stay safe.
I nod back to her and start running. Onward. To the announcement room where Rise-san is being held. As I hurry on, and led by the invisible walls, I reach a classroom. I'll be forced into another fight here too, no doubt.
Looks like you're chugging right along. And now, another special guest for you. The gloves may be off putting you up against this one, so I want to see your best moves out there now, Chan. Now, bring out the next opponent!
I see a silhouette framed in the spotlight. It's, well, how could I forget that attire?
Or Akihiko Sanada, as I recall.
Interesting. I've been gone for a while, and here I meet a stranger who knows who I am.
You're a member of Mitsuru Kirijo's organization. Her friend, actually, no?
Oh, I see. So it's really Mitsuru you're interested in, ace detective.
His words caused me to tense up. He just called me Ace Detective. Perhaps that was just a guess from my family name, Shirogane, but he could know that. But he could know that I'm spying on them for the police. I carefully search his eyes for anything that might tell me how much he knows. He looks me over from head to toe, and immediately sneers mockingly.
Jeez, look at you. You have the physique of a 12-year-old.
What?
Oh my
A
god.
detective needs a strong body more than a strong brain. All-night research sessions, long stakeouts. You need stamina for that.
I mean, he's not completely wrong.
But look at those twiggy arms and legs of yours. You've got an overdeveloped chest, but from the looks of it, I'd say it's all fat and no muscle.
Oh my god.
Seriously.
What?
Ah yes, gotta develop the boob muscles. What is wrong with him? What's the part of my self-image? That's the part of my self-image I'm most sensitive
The
about.
secret to bodybuilding. First thing, protein. Second thing, protein. Third, fourth, and fifth, more protein.
Oh my god.
Don't you think that's rather unbalanced?
Sanada-san flexes his muscles like a bodybuilder.
You gotta spar. 1, 2.
Good god. He said sparring, but that punch was meant to do serious damage. This is absurd. However, putting his unhinged chalk aside, his skill as a fighter isn't something I should take lightly. Shoot, I can't dodge them all.
Mitsuru?
Sonata-san stopped suddenly as a familiar voice echoed through the room.
You're under the effects of an illusion. Shirogane has done nothing. Do not attack.
What do you mean? He's the one who attacked me all of a sudden.
I attacked.
Suddenly I remember. That's right, this is all an illusion. I never met Sonata-san before, so I don't know what his usual self is supposed to be. On top of that, I allowed the first thing he said to get under my skin. How stupid of me. I let myself get swept away into the situation and failed to realize that was what was really happening. Hold on a second. Oh my. I let myself get swept up in the situation and failed to realize what really happened.
Perspective, it was you who dealt the first blow. We were both being shown an illusion to make us fight each other.
Shirogane is an excellent detective and a persona user. I told him everything. He's agreed to cooperate with us. He was originally on the scene as a police observer in this case, so we've already met.
Excuse me. Kirijo-san and I explained to Sonata what has been happening up until now. It's a relief to learn that, despite his appearance, he's actually quite a reasonable man and quick to pick up on things.
That noise-like phenomenon that fogs your senses is already gone. You should be able to communicate normally now.
We reintroduce ourselves and shake hands.
Like I fell for a cheap trick.
I'm sorry for forgetting myself too. I can't even claim to have been unaware of the deception.
So you're a persona user, huh? Well, since fate already brought us together, want to test your skills before you move on?
Sonata-san slams his fists together.
Hiko, you're doing it again. Just cooperate with him.
All right. Come on, Naoto, let's go.
Oh, wait, the tournament rules say...
As Sonata-san walks away... Ow. As I figured, he hit the wall.
Right? What's the matter? What happened?
I don't know. There's some kind of invisible wall here.
The rules dictate that only the winner of each match can advance. So...
He was flustered mere seconds ago, but now Sonata-san has taken a more lively expression.
So we need to have a match, even though we've got nothing against each other. We're fighting after all then, huh? All right then, come at me.
Please go easy on me.
I could almost hear Kirijo-san's science in exasperation. Like, god damn it.
Final. Fight.
Stay down!
Ow!
Stay down!
This way.
What?
Gotcha.
Did Akihiko try to use counters on me?
All right, it's over. Time to leave.
That was a great bout. You're good.
About? What an annoying rule.
Wait a second. That reminds me. I saw that guy calling himself General walking with a girl. If only one person can move on, that's against the rules.
The fake Teddy and Rise-san were together all this time. Then could the girl he's talking about be Rise-san? No.
Remember the details of what this girl looked like?
Sonata-san tells me about the girl he'd seen. What he said matches the description of the unknown girl Kanji-kun had talked about. Which means that there's a high probability that the person seen walking with her was not the general, but the real Teddy. At the very least, this is evidence against the argument that Teddy is the general. This creates another theory, though. If the general is not really Teddy, then he is something else. Then he's someone else's shadow. And there's only one person that fits the bill. Well, not person per se, but...
If the girl was Lapis, then... Well, is it possible we're dealing with her shadow?
That's right, Labris. If she has a heart capable of using a persona, then it stands to reason that she could create a shadow. In light of how the events of the last year played out, it makes perfect sense. She was capable. She was kidnapped by someone who knew her and who threw her into the TV world, creating a reflection of her heart.
None of the data I have shows any connection between Labris and Yasagami High. On top of which, I don't see how she'd know about you or your friends.
I've been having doubts about that as well. But at least I have a feel for what's going on. What Labris's kidnappers hope to gain from this remains unknown. However, at any rate, it wouldn't be a good idea if the shadow were to run into its owner. Either way, it's best if I head to the announcement room. It's much more logical to restrain the false Teddy, since I know his location, and then it would be to have what? Then it would be to have to search. Then it would be to have to search for Labris somewhere in this world. Wrong then. It should be then. Still, if that really is Teddy, then if that really is Teddy with Labris, why are they traveling together?
What's that Teddy doing? I'm sorry I can't help much, Kirijo-san.
You'll have to forgive me for my meager skills as well. My persona's communication powers are more for operational assistance. A friend of mine from school was much stronger than myself in that respect, but...
Oh no, it's all that stupid bear's fault anyway. He's a real genius for making people worry.
Man, it's strange running into so many Persona users I've never heard of all at once. I gotta say, brings back memories.
For us, too. We were as surprised as you. Not to say that the possibility of other Persona users hadn't crossed our minds, but to actually meet them.
What you said about a friend from school kinda reminds me of us, too. What was school like for you? I'd like to hear about it.
Technically, you've been there. And they're one of the best teachers.
Well, ignoring Akihiko's current appearance, he was a boxing champion in his student days.
Hey, that dig was uncalled for.
After that, I don't know what went through his brain, but he started saying he wanted to search for stronger opponents.
He went on a journey to hone his skills? I thought that only happened in comics and old samurai films.
Thought I had to do it, so I did it. That's all.
This peaceful moment was shattered by Kirijo-san's voice.
Wait, what's this I'm sensing? It's like a shadow, but bigger.
Another shadow presence? And it isn't the fake Teddy?
Huh? What's going on? That fake Teddy left the announcement room.
Rise-san made a report immediately after that. Sonata-san and I look at each other. It seems like the situation is changing. Sonata-san nods to me, and after taking a small bow, I run off. With no one watching over her anymore, Rise-san was able to summon her persona. The job of providing support moved from Kirijo-san, who not all of us knew, to Rise-san. Rise-san contacted the rest of us and let us talk to each other for a moment.
Rise-chan? Oh, thank God you're safe! Don't worry, the others are here too. We'll rescue you in no time.
Wait, why is Naoto here?
I can't help but smile though at this as I tell them about the others I've seen and I had seen so far. It seems we're all safe for now. And now that we can communicate, we've greatly increased our awareness of the situation and our ability to share information. The general must have known that leaving Rise alone would result in this. If he did know, but left her anyway, there must have been something major happening. Either that, or he no longer has any reason to hide. I hurry on while we share what we know. The actual design of this place may differ from the real Yasagami High School, but the general layout appears to be the same. So if I climb the stairs and turn the corner, the announcement room should be right there. However, Rise-chan calls out a warning before I can get there.
Bad news, Naoto-kun. The fake Teddy's back.
I'm too late.
Huh? What the? Is that the real Teddy? Hey, the real Teddy's here too. He's got some girl with him. I don't know her.
The fact that Rise's communication didn't get cut off when General Teddy reappeared is somewhat worrisome. But then again, General Teddy doesn't have the time to bother watching Rise-san. After all, if the real Teddy and Labras are both right there as well, he has more important things to be concerned with. This confirms that General Teddy is a fake. It's only natural, then, to assume that he is Labras' shadow in disguise. But that makes things dangerous. Labras and her shadow are confronting each other. Rise-san should know the dangers of the situation, but she doesn't know Labras. She might not realize what the relationship is between the girl and the shadow. I have to warn her. But before I can speak, it happened.
What's with that girl?
The static gets worse.
Rise-san!
I can't communicate with her when she's so close. There's something happening in the announcement room. I run as fast as I can towards it. As I reach the door, I hear a loud scream from inside. As I reach the door, I hear I slam the door open without a second thought, prepared for a fight. But the attack came from an unexpected assailant. Of anyone in that room, I wouldn't have thought it'd be...
Rise-san!
Look out!
I see something glimmer in front of me. Acting purely on instinct, I duck instantly. A low whizzing sound passes above my head. What was that? Did something get thrown my way?
Naoto-kun!
Rise-san turns towards me. I look at her from across the room. She's crouched next to something on the ground. On closer inspection, the red and white lump she's near is Teddy. I see General Teddy in the back of the room, so the one with Rise-san has to be the real one. A girl is standing between Teddy and the General. I've never seen her before, but looking at her mechanical body, I can tell who she is. That's Labras.
What should we do? That girl wasn't normal. She wasn't even human. I know it sounds hard to believe, but she's a robot or something. She defeated Teddy and,
Again, I take offense. Look at me.
Calm down. Are you talking about Labras?
Also, normal's overrated. Though Rise-san is quite shaken, she still nods.
Then. You're not the real Teddy. You're only a shadow taking his form. The shadow of Labrys here, to be precise.
Aha! No wonder they call you the Detective Prince now, Chan. You cracked the case. But even if you figured it out, there's still nothing you can do.
I carefully watch General Teddy as he scoffs. Whatever it was he threw at me, it was too busy. I was too busy dodging to see it clearly, but it must be dangerous. I'm sure he won't hurt his owner until he hears a certain phrase from her, but he has no reason to be gentle with the rest of us. I point my gun at him, ready for any more of his attacks. However, the next attack comes from a direction I had not been expecting. There's a droning sound, and it's coming from a giant axe flying at me. The axe is bigger than I am, spinning through the air towards me. Like a boomerang, it curves back and returns to the hands of its wielder. There are thrusters behind the blade, allowing the axe to fly as it spins. It wasn't General Teddy attacking me. It was Labrys. Not the shadow, but the real one. What's going on? And wait, did she attack me the first time too? That would explain why Rise-san is so shaken up. But the shadow's right in front of her. Why is she going after me?
I'm human. This is all just a bad dream. I gotta destroy everything.
I'm human.
I can't find any meaning in what she's saying. I want to convince her to stop, but I can't come up with the right words to do so. Labrys takes a fighting stance without wasting a moment. It looks like the only way to bring Labrys back to normal is to fight her.
Please stay back.
Naoto-kun.
I never really expected to be able to convince her in the first place, but with the shadow here, I bite the bullet.
I will stop her, no matter what.
Final. Fight.
Nope.
Okay, go! Volley! Assault! Now is the time! Please! Assault! Okay. Persona! Volley! Assault! Now is the time!
Nope.
Stay down! Volley! Assault! Okay.
Ow, ow, ow. How'd I do that well?
Aw, she beat you fair and square. You really are useless, Labby-chan.
After Labrys collapses, the shadow looks at her as if she was trash.
Reason for being is to fight. And you can't even do that. You're not worth a damn. You don't need to exist anymore.
The shadow's voice and speech pattern begin to slip away from its impersonation of Teddy. No, that's not all. The fake Teddy's appearance begins to warp as well. Finally, the time has come for it to reveal its true self. think maybe after the setup for the next fight, I should end stream. Like, I'm not really under a strict time limit, considering the schedule for tomorrow, but this is much later than I really like to go with my streams, you know? The form that it takes is, as I thought, Labrys.
Shadow. The true self. That's my face. Oh, you don't want to remember? Fine. You can die like that.
What? She's attacking her owner now? Is that a threat to pressure her? No, this is a shadow we're dealing with after all. There's no knowing what it will do.
What's this? Why are you protecting her? It's her fault you all had to fight each other, you know.
With that, she turns to her other self and looks down at her with disdain in her eyes.
I want everyday boys and girls to experience what you had to go through. Right? That's why we're in a school having a fighting tournament. That ain't... My home was a horrible place. They made us fight and kill each other just to collect combat data. It hurts so much, but no one understands. How can I make them see? I know. I'll force friends to fight each other. Maybe then they'll understand. No. I wanna make them understand. That ain't true. That's not what I want. Oh, yeah? Then let me take over from here. I'll destroy everyone who pretends to understand, just like you did before. Stop! I've had enough!
Labrys!
No! You're not me! No! You said it! You finally said it! The power, I can feel it building!
Like, is it just me, or did that feel like kind of an unnatural way to segue into that? A sinister aura surges from the shadow. Even the surroundings begin to warp with its energy.
Yes, the power!
The morb! In an instant, the area becomes dominated by a piercing red light. The view from beyond the window has changed completely. I hear Rise-san gasp behind me. I don't know what this place is modeled after, but I get the sense that someone carved open a living creature's stomach. This is a reflection of Labrys' heart, the suffering she carries. The shadow's golden eyes stand out more in the dusky redness, focusing on me. I change my mindset. There is only one thing to do here, just as my friends did for me.
Son, you watch Labrys and Teddy.
I got him. Good luck, Naoto-kun.
Yes, I'll save her.
Final. Fight!
Nope. I am just not giving her a chance to use Asterius. How did I do that? How? Is Naoto... am I wrong in thinking Naoto is a Zona and she's a pressure character all this time? The giant creature behind the shadow... No. I had begun to think it was a part of the shadow itself. Vanishes with a loud roar. I managed to defeat her. She shows no further signs of resistance. Curiously, I turn around and walk to Labras, who was still sitting on the floor, being held up by Risei-san. It seems Teddy has also regained consciousness. He had broken into a sweat, flustering as he stands next to Risei-san.
Are you all right?
Labras has a melancholy look on her face as she hangs her head. She's so human-like. The sheer authenticity of that expression makes the thought appear in my mind.
I have the chance to introduce myself. I'm Naoto Shirogane. You're Labras. Is that correct?
She raises her head, but neither confirms nor denies it. She just quietly stares at her double across the room. A machine given the ability to summon a persona. The persona ability was the primary objective in her creation. The fact that she also developed a heart came as a byproduct. How much suffering did she have to go through, having been treated like an object for so long? It isn't easy to imagine.
I can't claim to understand your pain. It was only today that I learned you existed, to say nothing of the weapons program from which you sprung. But there is one thing I do understand.
I kneel and look Labras in the eyes.
Look at me. Do I seem like a man or a woman to you?
What do you mean?
You and I are alike. There is such a gulf between what we yearn to be and what we are that we have trouble accepting our true nature.
Our true nature?
Just as I cannot break the glass ceiling of my profession, you cannot become human. That is the painful truth. But if we were able to change, would that truly bring us happiness? I feel there is something only you or I can offer, because of who we really are.
There's something a machine like me can offer? Even if there is something like that, there's no place I belong.
That's not true. I'm not human either, but I work at Juness. The part-time ladies give me sweets sometimes and everything.
That's why he works there.
The heart is always lacking something. It may be that you and I will be troubled by this same thing for the rest of our lives. But please don't forget that you're not alone anymore.
I'm not alone.
I nod strongly to Labras as she looks up at me. I repeated for emphasis.
You're not alone.
That's right. I'll stick to you like glue.
Please don't.
And it won't be just us. I'm sure you'll make lots of friends with everyone in town.
Really? A machine? Like me?
We nod. Labras stands up and approaches her shadow.
They said it's okay to be me. Doesn't that make you happy too?
She takes the shadow's hand, and as it droops its head listlessly.
Sorry I locked you up inside me for all that time. But we'll be okay now. I'm not alone. And you're not either, right? I'm sorry I ignored you all this time. I was the one who left you all alone. No. You are me, after all. is my persona.
Labras, there are some people from the Kirijo group here looking for you.
I wonder if they'll stick me back in that box again. Of course they will. After all, I caused a lot of trouble. What else are they gonna do?
I can't say anything about that for certain, but you should talk with them. It's your right to be where you belong.
Yeah, you're right.
At that moment, I hear several sets of footsteps approaching from outside. I stand and take a fighting pose for an instant, but relax when I hear familiar voices. I ease up and smile.
All right?
Whoa, Senpai! You're back from the city already?
Never mind him, Kanji-kun. What about you? What have you been doing all this time?
Sleepwalking, naturally. The shadow host was defeated. The invisible walls must have disappeared. This place is familiar to all of us. With the walls gone, finding each other is a piece of cake.
Oh, Naoto. Guess you made the big meetup after all, huh? I swear, we're tied together by fate or something. Actually, is that the real you, Teddy?
You're so blind sometimes, Yosuke.
Issei-chan, I'm so glad you're safe.
Senpai, you're all here.
Kirijo-san's group comes in behind Senpai and the others. The room instantly falls silent. Perhaps some of the others have encountered them during the match before I did, but in general, everyone was shocked to see them. Kirijo-san weaves between all of us and walks directly towards Labras. All of us hold our breath at Kirijo-san's dignified voice.
I'm Kirijo. You may have heard already, but I came to collect you.
Collect. At that, Labras takes a step back. I put my hand on her shoulder to comfort her. She looks at me and I nod. Human, robot, anyone, it doesn't change anything. But no matter who you are, there are things that you have to carry out through your own there are things you have to carry out through your own actions, using your own words.
I don't want to go back in that box. Or to that lab.
As Labras managed to say it, a voice speaks up from behind Kirijo-san.
Tsuru-san, I'd like to ask that you consider her request. Labras's, my sister's abilities, will surely be useful to us. Please, can't we enlist her on a trial basis and see what happens?
Sister. Surprised by that unfamiliar appellation, and Labras looks towards the speaker. Appellation, that's a word I never heard.
You're a robot too.
It's nice to meet you. I'm Aegis, the 7th generation anti-shadow suppression weapon. I'm your successor, sister.
We're sisters?
She answered Labras with a smile. Amazing. Her tone, her expressions, they're all so human.
I'd like to third their request. I'm well aware that I'm in no place to make demands on you, but...
Excuse me. Kirijo-san gave a wry smile after a third objection.
I'm starting to feel like the bad guy. There's no need to worry. I wasn't thinking of sealing you away again.
Yeah, I'm sorry. This is like our umpteenth time going through this, but I still get emotional every time.
Really?
You've awakened to your persona and gained control over it. True, I don't know for sure that the danger is past, but I don't feel that you need to be sealed off from humanity, particularly since it's obvious that you have a heart.
Kirijo-san.
Also, next save point, we're going to end stream.
Labby-chan doesn't need to be all alone anywhere? Yay!
Naoto, sorry to interrupt, but who are these people?
They kinda look like a bunch of freaks.
I'm sorry, have you seen the group you hang out with?
Yeah, I mean, one of them's not even human.
I guess she's a robot?
Huh? Wait a sec. Kirijo? As in the Kirijo group? Wait, what? What's going on here?
All my friends begin to look at me, the only one who knows everything. Where should I start? More importantly, how much should I disclose? Either way, it looks like it's going to be a long explanation. First, though, I suggest that we change locations. It's important to share information, but it's imperative that we all get out here safely. Teddy leads us to the roof. But when he opens the door, we find ourselves in a place that looks nothing like the real thing. Everyone besides Teddy starts in surprise. Outside the door, there is a space that resembles a TV studio. That's right, it's the place that we used as an entrance lobby to the TV world last year. Except with a lot more TVs. It disappeared once, but it must have reappeared when Labras entered this world and created the school here. The others told me that the Midnight Channel aired again. Whoever watched the broadcast must be associated with last year's airings. That explains why it looks exactly the same. At any rate, it looks like we'll be able to exit. We'll be able to exit here in one piece. As I sigh in relief, Kirijo turns to
I
us.
should introduce myself to the rest of you. I am Mitsuru Kirijo. I cannot tell you who I am affiliated with or my position, but I bear all responsibility for Labras. This case, the whole disturbance was mainly due to us. I'm very sorry for putting you in such danger.
Kirijo-san sums up the sequence of events. Labras' entry into this world was the cause of it all. He and the others came in here after her.
How do you know Mitsuru-san, Naoto-kun?
That's, well...
Shiragane was working with us. Since it was our first time in this world, he helped us safely reach Labras.
So, the job you had was to bring Mitsuru-san and the others here?
Kinda, sorta, in a way.
Huh? Well...
That was basically it. I'm sorry, but there are some things he cannot disclose. I ask for your understanding in that regard.
Sure, detective stuff. I get ya. That's pretty cool.
Sonata-san and Nagisa-san don't say a word, even after Kirijo-san's explanation. It's not completely a lie, but still. I shrug and sigh softly. And now that she sees I'm not denying any part of her less than vague explanation, I might as well be admitting that my investigation positions me against her.
I really am no match for her.
Well then, let's all go home. Alrighty, attention please. The trip doesn't end until we get out of the TV.
Dude, you really gave us a scare. And this isn't the first time either. Well, at least it ended well.
You know, I understand about Rise-chan and Teddy, but why did Kanji-kun go missing again?
Oh, well, because,
Because he fell asleep.
You needed a change of pace, no?
What?
Did I misspeak? You said something like, sometimes a man just wants to be alone inside a TV.
As if...
Alto, you bastard! Why'd you have to tell him that?
Labras laughs at her small talk. Looking at her, I begin to feel like this episode it wasn't so bad after all. But suddenly, Labras' smile disappears and her body freezes in an unnatural position. Labras does not answer me. Sonata-san shouts a warning.
Away from her!
Everyone jumps back, confused. Kanji-kun wasn't even sure what he was supposed to be backing away from at first. Soon, though, we all stand around her in a ring. Labras stands in the center, completely motionless.
What's going on?
I don't know. I can only tell that she's probably being controlled from outside.
Controlled? As we all watch her, confused and nervous, Labras' right hand slowly begins to move. It reaches around her back to her thrusters, or rather to the axe. Labras' eyes are staring blankly into space, but suddenly glance at me. The warning comes at the same instant as the attack. I feel the wind of the axe's passage as I bend backward to dodge the blow. If she'd gone after anyone else, things might not have been so fortunate. I'm the only one who's actually seen that attack before. But Labrys follows up with something different. I gulp in spite of myself. That white, elegant silhouette behind Labrys. I'd almost forgotten. Labrys now has the power of a persona. Fighting her won't be easy as easy as it was before.
Why? Never mind, it can wait.
Unfortunately, it kind of does have to wait.
Final. Fight.
Nope. We'll have to save the fight for next time, like we did with Yosuke. Okay. Thank you all so much for watching. I know it was a long time coming, but we finally finished Yosuke's story and are on to Naoto's. I have to admit, it is a little tiresome going through through so many similar story beats again and again. But we don't have too many characters to do this with, like just 3 after Naoto. In any case, let us set up for the raid. Let's see, who to raid. I guess I'll raid Kuro. Alright, and thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. I'll see what's happening at the end of the month, because I'm going to be moving soon. So either next week is going to be the Temple Archives, where we take a look at Game Pass games, or we'll be continuing RPG mode in Grand Blue Fantasy Versus. In any case, I hope to see you then, and then I will see you all in the next stream. This is Metis Balaska signing out.